I hope everyone remember this. Now today I'm going to mix all of this, but explain to you how we can profile and how we can anticipate moves with because this is we can give it names, but it's to find out what type or what style of day or week are we having. Okay, it's profiling. It's important that you profile the type of day of the week that you're having. Okay, we are going to have this one, and yeah. What happened? Somebody drew on my screen. I don't know if somebody drew on my screen, but yeah, I can see something here. No. Okay. So what I wanted to tell you was this. Let's take an example here. Vertical line. I'll take this vertical line. The blue line is the beginning of, let's take an example of the day, okay? And then we're gonna take another vertical line and we create now a red line, okay? This will be the end of the day. I will put vertical lines to separate time and to show you different moment of the day, okay? I will use black lines like this. Do you see all the lines that I'm drawing here? Can you see them? I want you guys to type zeros in the chat if you can see my lines. Can you see the blue, the red, and now the dark one, the black line here? Yes, good. Yes. Okay, good. I'll put a second one, then a third one, okay? And it will divide my time here in 4, okay? Now let's imagine this is our candle. We're gonna take an example of a bearish candle, okay? We used bullish candle too much. Now let's choose something else, okay? We're gonna take this one, red candle, okay? We all have it, right? I'm gonna take a line and draw another vertical line that we will use as our week, okay? Now this line will be the high and the low of this candle, the highest point and the lowest point of this candle. We forget about market structure or direction or anything. We are just gonna study the formation of this candle. We don't know if it's a daily, a weekly, or a H4 candle. I just want you to imagine that a candle has started forming. First of all, it will start here, right? This is the opening price. Remember? Then it will come here, right? Maybe. Yeah, it can do something else before, but this is the highest point it will create. And then it drop lower, okay? And then it continue lower. And then there's a big move like today. And then it comes here and create this lowest point, okay? And then close somewhere here, okay? First of all, I'm going to move everything so it fits completely. I don't want any mistake in the division of the time, okay? We have, yeah, it's pretty much the same size. Just want you to understand this. Okay, so now let's imagine, okay, here, it's Asia. We said now it's a daily candle, okay? I want you to understand that it can happen on any candle, but the division of the candle for the daily, we should use session. It will help us understand the time better. Then we have, we call this, let me call this London. Okay. Just want you to understand here. London. Okay. Now the third one, we're gonna pick this and we're gonna write New York AM. Okay. And the last one, is everyone following what I'm doing here? I want you guys to understand everything I'm doing. We have the days, okay? Every day have this information, okay? Now, this will be New York PM, okay? Let me reduce the size of these two so you understand it's only one New York session that we broke into two parts, okay? Now this London here is bigger and Asia is bigger, okay? Remember the x-axis is time, right? So if price is inside this zone, we can call it London. If it's inside the zone, we can call, let me take this out, we can call it New York AM, and this one is New York PM. Good. Now imagine price opens. So here it's our, I'm going to mark it here. This is the opening of the price. It's the daily open. It's 1800. Okay. Now look at this. The way the market forms will give you the styles of profiling or the styles of day, or what type of day do we have. So the first one I will give you here, we will name it the Asia manipulation. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. We can name it the Asia manipulation. We could call it what else? Let's give it funny names. Dragon. The dragon or Z. Okay, this is cool, right? I'm just playing, but I'm telling you, whatever happens in the Asia, okay, if it's a manipulation, we're gonna call it the dragon. Okay, just for us to get the reference from the London. Yeah, let's give the London another one. London, we can call it London Bridge. Okay, we know the London Bridge. It's when manipulation happens in London, right? Not in Asia. Do you see what I mean here? I'm profiling my days. I'm taking another one here. New York AM. Let's call it. Give me something I can give to New York. What do you have, guys? Type something here. Let's give the New York manipulation a name. The New York AM manipulation. Whatever happened in the before 11 AM, it's considered a New York AM manipulation. What should I give it? What name can I give it? What cool name can you give me, guys? Type something. Something cool. Give me this. New York Times. No, Times is like, yeah, it's too obvious because we know it's AM or PM. I want something that can work for AM and then for PM too. Okay, I'm waiting for you guys. Give me something.
I got one.
Yeah, tap it down. Tap it down.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Type something down. Terry, are we good? Everything good, guys. Type something. Oh, the New York Giants. Okay, that's good. That's good. The AM Giants. Let's call it AM Giants. Okay, that's good. I love that. Yeah, let's take something else for PM. What do you have? Bacon, eggs, and cheese. Ooh, I love that one. The Knicks. Okay, now we have too many names. Bacon, egg, and cheese. It's good for breakfast. Yeah, let's call this bacon, eggs, and cheese. Okay, and here we call it New York. But okay, butter or yeah. Okay, the Knicks is good. Knicks is good. We got the Knicks. Yeah. What happens in New York in the afternoon that happens nowhere else, or especially in New York? The traffic. Yeah. Then the New York PM traffic. The traffic jam. Let's call it TF. The town don't shut down. Okay, good. Town don't shut down. Okay, so you got it, guys. You know what? Why I asked you to give me names, because I want you to understand that profiling it depends on yourself. It depends on you. Sometimes these markets, we love to hear names, and then we memorize them as the gospel, but it's not. It's just names, okay? And now listen to me. Let's take this off and let's start again. Now, if I ask you what day are we, I'm asking you which one of these days we are. Why? Because the market has interest to us when it has created manipulation. It means what? If we started a day here, until we have a manipulation, we don't have a day. We don't have the type or style of a day. After the manipulation, we can study the manipulation and we expect price to reverse from there or extend from there. Okay? So imagine a day that started here at 1800, created a high, then stopped somewhere here. Okay? Do we have a manipulation? Some of you will say yes. Even if you don't say it, I know some of you are thinking yes, because you saw a high form, but you don't have manipulation. I will tell you when do you have a manipulation. Okay? Then the day continues, and then you have this. The news give you something, and then price drop until you have a break of that level. You don't have a manipulation. So the manipulation occurs after the market structure shift. We are going to stay with that name. Keep the market structure shift in your head, because market structure shift means CHO or CHO, like search, like they call search. Change in a state of delivery or change of character. We have change in a state of delivery or change in a state of delivery. You will find these names everywhere, but all they mean is that the market was going in a direction, one direction. It manipulated that direction to make all the buyers come in their trade, okay? And as soon as they come in, price reverse, okay, and drop lower. So you have the Asian manipulation, okay? You have the London manipulation. You have the earlier manipulation in New York or on London close. It happens sometimes, it's the same thing. and you have the New York PM manipulation. You see, you can have different types of day, so you will enter at different times. Whenever the manipulation occurs, then you know the day has started. What I have to tell you more about this is, if you have a manipulation during Asia, what do you expect to trade in New York session? You will have a continuation because the manipulation occurred already. If you have manipulation in London session, be careful. Be sure that you have your market structure shift or change in the state of delivery or change of character and the confirmation of that zone before you take a trade, okay? If it happens only at 9 a.m., be careful again to be sure that it's a manipulation, because if it's not a manipulation, then you can be the manipulated one because it can continue higher like this. You have to make sure that the bias is confirmed. Are you writing down what I'm saying? If it's Asia manipulation, then you will take a continuation. If it's London manipulation, you will also take a continuation. But if it has Asia manipulation and London has already done the move, be careful. Maybe New York will reverse. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, if the manipulation occurred too early, like here, when the day started, what do you think the price was doing during London? It was dropping. And when you come in New York session, I mean here, what do you expect? A continuation? You should check if we reached the targets, okay? And if we did, that's not a good day to trade. Maybe you should come earlier, enter in London session, and then take this sell. But when you're down here, maybe you should just think about taking the reversal. Look at what's happening today on GBP USD. Price has dropped dramatically into the New York and London session. London session is this one. And from there, we had the manipulation that we could have traded. Now, price has dropped. It's 9.30, then 11.30 now. Okay, 9.30 was the lowest point. Now 11.30 could continue higher, but the problem is we already had this move. Okay, so you must be careful and ask yourself, is it the right time for me to enter, or I should just wait and see if there's a reversal? And what else was I saying here? Let me go back on the time frame here. So here, if you had this, then you should be careful. Sometimes price can give you the manipulation in New York, a good one, and then you can take your entry. I think this is what is happening on US 500. Okay, on US 500, if you go right now, you can look at the market like this. You always have, now I'm giving you tips. You always have to ask yourself, what time did the price open? You take a big red line and you mark it here. Okay, when you find the opening of the price, now you know what the price has been doing around that time. That's not the exact opening. The exact opening is here. Okay, what is price doing? Look, price was going up, then dropped, then created these equal highs, then came in New York, AM, New York, you call it bacon, eggs, and cheese. You know, we had this bacon, egg, and cheese today, and we broke here. So somebody who is trying to sell on US 500, even if it catches a small move, because this isn't a real trade we could take today, we have this fair value gap here, because next time I will teach you now how to use these zones with the profiling and the daily bias, confirmed with the market structure, and how to mix them with the base indicator. Okay, you see this? This is a fair value gap, okay, on US 500. M15, we had it exactly today. Now, price opened, created this high in Asia, not very convincing. We tested this New York PM level yesterday. We swapped liquidity. Did we have a break of market structure? You can go on M15 or M5 to look for a change in the state of delivery. We have a change in the state of delivery right now, and I'm going to mark it. We have this fair value gap that happened on M15. Price is inside that zone. I guess, and I think this is the highest point of the day. So what I'm saying here, you are asking yourself, look at the question, at what time the market created the highest or lowest point of the day. The creation of that highest or lowest point of the day is what you need to ask yourself. What time did it happen? In Asia, London, or New York session? How do you confirm that is the highest point? Is when you know there has been a change in the state of delivery or a market structure shift. This reversal is a confirmation of the creation of the highest point or lowest point. Let's go back on US 500. This is a live example we are taking here. Okay, we have this fair value gap now forming on M15, and if my call ends in 8 minutes, I will send another link. Now we can take now live trade on S&P 5 on US 500 with you guys. So now you see how price has taken out the Asia high, taken out London high. This gray zone is the London one, okay? Until here we have another zone, okay? So we have Asia and London high taken out. So this for me is a sweep, the liquidity sweep. After liquidity sweep, where is the direction? Remember, like I told you, if you see the daily, how did we close the day? We closed in a breakout. Remember, like what I explained to you, when you close in breakout, what do you expect? We target this low. What is this low? Is the lowest point of yesterday. What is this? Is the highest point. If I grab this to this, we have a zone, and this is an equilibrium. Okay, price is respecting this previous candle. So if I mean this was the highest point, then this one closed lower, then this one will continue lower. Okay, that's what we have as a main bias. We know the bias is bearish. We have the respect of the previous day. Okay, so price came inside this range, high and low, and you tested the 50%. Do you see that? We tested the 50%. We are playing around M15 and M5 only here. Okay, only here. We know what we will do. Now price is going back inside the range. Now this is our market structure. You remember market structure? This change in the state of delivery is now a break of structure. This is the highest point, and this is the lowest point. We are on M5, right? I will call this low. Let's call this, yeah, let's call it low, like this, L, and this H. Okay, I'll go here, and where's the H? H, where are you? Yeah, here we have this. Okay, if I mark this as my level, now my fair value gap is in the right zone. What do I have on M5? I have another zone inside that fair value gap, which is here, and this is now the next lesson we have on next Wednesday. I will teach you the other PD arrays, or the point of interest that we can mark. You have the fair value gap. You have the inverted fair value gap. When you have the fair value gap that is engulfed with another fair value gap, we have an inversion. So fair value gap inversion, we have this M15 fair value gap. You also have another block that we can have here, okay, or a demand supply zone. You also have the breaker. These are the ones that we'll be using. But for now, I just want you to understand that we can take a trade, okay? The trade could be here on either the inverted fair value gap, the one that you will choose that will suit you after backtesting and seeing that this one works for me. You can take this one. Remember the target. If I go here and mark this the low or the lowest point of yesterday, this could be our target. Okay, this is the logical target. You see, we run around. I'll check this later, but let me just mark this as our liquidity target. This is our liquidity target, like the extend range that you should take right now. After this manipulation, we're expecting to drop here. Why? Because like we said, after the change in state of delivery, we expect to see price continue in that direction. And I know how a candle formation happens. This could be my target, and that's what we are doing. Okay, so now we remember what I told you. This is for a sell. Okay, if this candle was green and the direction was bullish, then at that moment we expect to see the lowest point of the day. When it forms, it's important. Okay, then the highest point will form at some point there, and then we come and close our day. Okay, this will be a bullish move. Everything can happen in the day. All you need is to study the manipulation zone. Why? Because you can grab a buy here, and if you are inside a bearish higher time frame bias, then this manipulation will be yours, because you can grab a sell later. Okay, you can take a trade here. We study the manipulation so we can catch the expansion. You remember the second day when I told you how the market, the candle form, I explained to you the phases. The different market phases that will help you understand where you are. Right now, on this candle, okay, I know we had a reversal. What I expect is to see price drop. This zone on a higher time frame here is where price could probably stop in this fair value gap. I think it's a weekly fair value gap. Yeah, it's a daily. It's a daily fair value gap. You see this daily fair value gap? Price is about to drop and come inside here. So I have this fair value gap as target. Price is returning. I have this bearish close of the candle here. Now I'm willing to take a sell. When I drop on H4, I can profile my day. Remember, if you take the vertical line, you go on your settings, and inside event here, you can have the session breaks. When you mark that, it will divide every day. So now you have Monday, Tuesday, okay, Wednesday, and you can mark your time according to the New York time zone. Okay, you will have the right times. Remember, the time is very crucial. So if you had that weekly direction and then you have the daily direction, yesterday was like this, highest point and lowest point here. Okay, now after this daily candle formed, we dropped now on H4, H1, and we could take the trade. Now I'm going to send the second link in 1 minute. Guys, I want you all to connect so we can take now a live trade and practice what we learned here. Is everyone okay with that? I'm going to send the second link right now. So we are going to have our part 2 and then close with a trade we're gonna take together, and from there we can finish our day. Is it good, guys? Type zeros in the chat and I can send the second link right now. I'm sending the second link into Baz community so you can all come in. Okay, guys? We will take a quick scalp together. Okay? Let's meet in the other chat. I'm closing.